Yes! Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the Peter fucking Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this channel and my other channels, which are going down there. You know where they are. In the description box below. Excuse me. The description box below. And as always, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Gotta be real if you're not. Suck a dick. And go fuck yourself. And don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that fucking bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss another video. And if you do, well, fuck you, man. You're SOL. And you know what that means. Ha ha! Oh yeah. And that's it. So, like the video, share the video all over the internet, leave a comment if you wish. Don't forget to subscribe to my channels and hit that bell so you don't miss anything else. And that's it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night, the greatest night of the week. And you know what that means. It's time for AEW Dynamite! Yes! Another week of Dynamite. We are going to be emanating from that shithole in Philadelphia. One of those ugly, disgusting Philadelphia filthies who got beat last night by the Arizona Diamondbacks. First time the Diamondbacks have gone to the World Series since 2001. Oh yeah, who did they beat? Oh yeah, that's right, the Yankees. So, now, Game 1 of the World Series will be on Friday night. That's why it's on Fox Sports, and SmackDown's on FS1 this week. Which sucks, but it is what it is. So, Game 1 of the World Series, Texas versus Arizona. I believe in Arizona. We'll see what happens with that. I believe Game 2 will be Saturday. So, if there is a Game 7, there will possibly be November the 3rd, the week after next week, next Friday, might also be on FS1, but we shall see what happens with that. Hopefully it goes 6, but I think it's going to go 6, but we'll see. We shall see what happens, because you never know what's going to happen in the World Series. And we got that. Basketball has started. Big flippy whoopee, I don't give a shit. Hey, the Rangers won last night. That's always nice. And the Boston Bruins are 6-0, big fucking deal. You know when they're gonna get off to another red hot start, and what happens? In the first round. You know what's gonna happen. You know what's happening. Because Boston sucks. And that's pretty much it for that. All right, like I said, we got Dynamite coming up tonight. It's gonna start off with Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker defending the Dynamite Diamond Ring for the 5th year in a row against Juice Robinson of the Bullet Club. Too sweet me for the love of God. Guns up. The Bang Bang Gang. So, that's going to start off Dynamite. I have a feeling that Juice Robinson is going to win the Dynamite Diamond Ring. And, well, Maxwell will not fight Pete. He will finally lose that damn diamond ring and give it to the Bullet Club, and then are they going to take the world title at Full Gear? Probably not. Probably not. But I think, no, they already stole the AEW world title from him, and they're probably going to steal the Dynamite Diamond Ring, but I think Juice Robinson will win, you know, thanks to half of his team. And that's pretty much it for that. But the big one tonight, tag team match, which should be the main event. We got Bryan Danielson, yes, and Claudio Castagnoli of the Blackpool Cuck Club taking on the international champion, freshly squeezed orange juice, Orange Cassidy, and his partner, the legend from Japan, #1, forever. Like Terry Funk would say, the great man that you are. So, he's facing Okada! Oh, dream tag, well, not a dream tag team match per se, but still, Okada is there. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And that's pretty much it. So it should be a great Dynamite tonight, and we'll talk about it later tonight, right here on the channel. So stay tuned, hit that bell so you don't miss it. And if you do, well, fuck you. And that's it, pretty much it. I did see something on Twitter that at the end of August next year, they're bringing back, well, not bringing back, there's going to be a new pay-per-view called Bash in Berlin. Now, I don't know if it's a pay-per-view per se, or it might be just an event, but it's going to be at the end of August. I don't know the official date. I think it's the 24th or the 30th, somewhere around there. The end of August, let's say that. There's going to be an event called Bash at Berlin. And like I said, I don't know if this is a new pay-per-view, which might just get rid of Clash at the Castle, which was in Scotland, you know, Drew McIntyre's country. So Berlin, technically, is very Ludwig Kaiser's hometown. So they were talking about, Walter turns on Ludwig Kaiser all the way, you know, by then, and then they're going to have a match. I mean, if it's an actual pay-per-view, that's good, you know, more international pay-per-views for the WWE, but the start time is going to be like at 11 o'clock here in the morning here in the Northeast, because I think it's like 5-6 hours ahead, maybe 7 hours ahead, 6-7 hours ahead. Yeah, pretty much, it's like 6 to 8 hours ahead from us here in the Northeast. So, probably put it at 12 o'clock here in the Northeast, and 9 a.m. in the West Coast. So, but it's you know, not official yet, but I did see it on Twitter that they're gonna do an event in Berlin. That's Germany for you dumb people at home. So, we'll see what happens with that as we go into next year and then into the end of August. We've got SummerSlam, wherever that's, I think that's going to be in Tennessee, I forget where it is anyway, but we'll see what happens with that, and then maybe they do another pay-per-view at the end of August, which will be Bash at Berlin, or Bash in Berlin. So we'll have to see what happens with that. As we move on through the rest of this year, we got 2 months left of this year, and then we got to get through 2024. So we'll get there eventually. But keep that in mind, end of August 2024, a possible Berlin show / pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright. Got a half hour away from Dynamite. I want to try to get this done quickly, or maybe a little bit of a live look in for Dynamite like I usually do. But anyway, right here on the Peter Joseph channel, thank you for watching on the channel. Keep subscribing. We're climbing up. We're getting, near 500 subscribers on this channel. We're at 478 right now. So, let's try to pick those up a little bit. Let's try to get to that big milestone of 500. I think it'll be a great accomplishment for me. I mean, it is what it is. 500 is a nice round number. 1,000's a big number. 10,000, 100,000 would be the ultimate, but I know I'll never get there. I'll be dead in my next lifetime. I'll probably not get there, but in any case, 500 on this channel will be a pretty respectful number. Same thing with my legendary rank channel. Getting up there, and some of my other channels I like to get some more subs there too. But not all about subs. But if you want to sub. If you don't want to, fine, get out of here. So if this is your first time watching, welcome to the party, pal. I hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, and have fun. And that's it. Grab a cold one and whatever you're gonna drink, but don't do it at work. But that'll be bad. Unless it's water, then that's fine. But beer? No. We don't drink beer at work. Unless your job isn't a beer factory, then yeah, you can say that. But I digress. But sit back, relax, grab a cold one, and enjoy. And if not, get the fuck off. And go to somebody else's channel that does really garbage videos. Especially with me singing. Horrible. That's why AI sucks. AI truly fucking sucks. Doesn't even sound like the same person. If you use something like you use an AI, you do an AI of, let's say, Ozzy. It won't sound like Ozzy. It will not sound like Ozzy. I'll tell you that much because I've seen it. It does not sound like Ozzy. It sounds like a cartoon version of Ozzy. So, but if you want to make that your life, go ahead and knock yourself out. It ain't gonna get you any money. But I digress. Because some of you need a job and a life and a good kick in the ass, but that's another story for another time. Anyway, let's get into your NXT Halloween Havoc Night 1 review. From last night, October the 24th, 2023, we are emanating from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. And as always, on Tuesday nights, our commentary team, which did not dress up, maybe next week we'll see them dress up. The creepy man with the creepy jacket, and yes, he did have the creepy candy, Vic Joseph, and the man who smokes more weed than half the people on this website, and that's Booker T, sucker! And real weed. But at least he's coherent when he smokes the weed. Some of you are not coherent, but I digress. Anyway, so night 1 of Halloween Havoc, I thought it was pretty decent, wasn't great. Main event with Becky Lynch, and Lyra Valkyria. Sort of slow, but they picked up really good. Pretty shocking ending. And we'll get to that in just a second. But we got a lot of scares, a lot of surprises, and let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Alright, so we start off night 1 of Halloween Havoc with one of my favorites, my sweetheart, Ash Costello, or as I call her, Wash. She knows it, she loves it, she loves me too. Anyway, New Year's Day plays their new hit single, Vampire! Which is a banger, which is the theme song for Halloween Havoc. They're going to perform it next week as well. So, you missed it the first time, you get to see it again. Oh yeah. And they're going to be on tour right after that. With the Kiss of Death tour begins November the 3rd. And I'm going to one of those shows in New York City. I can't wait, man. Can't wait. I can't wait. I told you I'm going to be busy for the rest of the year. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to rock out with my coat. Alright, got a concert on Halloween, so I will not even be around on Halloween. Got a concert coming up a couple weeks later. I got an indie show in November as well. And then December basically is the greatest month in the world. With the greatest days in the world, Ozzy's birthday, Chris Howarth, and Maria Brink of the mighty In This Moment. Their birthdays are coming up soon, and then, mine. And then Jesus Christ the Lord birthday is also the same day as mine. And a rock god, and let me kill myself from Motorhead. We play rock and roll. Rock out with your cock out. Alright. Yeah, so I got that. So, pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen, we're 4 weeks away from Thanksgiving. So we're about 7-8 weeks away from the greatest day in the world, and then 9 weeks away from the end of the year. So you take 7 by, you take 8 weeks times 7. We're about 50 some odd, almost close to 2 months away from Christmas and my birthday. So, yesterday, we're actually 8 weeks from yesterday is going to be my birthday. From Sunday would be my birthday. In 8 weeks from yesterday, and as of now, the date, we are 2 months away from Christmas, but 8 official weeks because it's on a Monday. So we got. There's not going to be a Monday Night Raw, obviously. As far as New Year's Eve, I'm not even sure. But the only thing I do know, the Niners will be playing Monday Night Football on Christmas, which is great. Now they can win this week, it'll be nice. Found out that Brock Purdy is in concussion protocol. So he's unlikely to play on Sunday against the Bungles at home in Santa Clara. Now I gotta look at Sam Darnold. No! Suck up the joint. So you can probably tell that if Sam Darnold is starting for the Niners, there's a big time loss. So I think the Niners are going to go into the bye week limping with a 5-3 record. We really should be 7-0, or maybe possibly 8-0. That's what happens when you have those trap games like Cleveland. Just didn't show up. Didn't show up on Monday night against the Fight Queers. And now we gotta pray that over the next 3 days, maybe tomorrow and Friday and part of Saturday, that Brock Purdy will pass concussion protocol and he will play on Sunday because we kind of need him. And this is a must-win game, as my good buddy Fred Warner said in the press today. Must-win game this week, because it don't get any easier in the second half. Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, two against the Seahawks. Got another game against the Rams. We got the Philly game. That's 6. We're about to hit week 8. That's, So, we got Baltimore coming up at home. We got Seattle, I think on Thanksgiving. One of those games on Thanksgiving, I believe. That's not fun. That's a night game, too. So if you're a Niners fan, if you live in the East Coast like me, get your Thanksgiving dinner done early, and then run home, or wherever you may be. So if I go to Jersey, I better get home quick. But, in traffic, I'll probably miss the first quarter or so. Maybe the first half. Depending how long I'm going to be out, but that's what you got DVR for. But I digress. Alright. Let's get into Halloween Havoc. So, New Year's Day played their hit song, Vampire, which you can all download right now on Spotify, along with their other hit, Hurts Like Hell. Their new album is coming out. I have no idea when. Probably by the end of the year, maybe early next year. But it's a banger. They're going to be on tour starting in November the 3rd. And then they're going to be playing in a city near you. Along with Ice Nine Kills, Avatar, and the mighty In This Moment. Love it. Can't wait. We're about a month away from when I see them. Gonna be good. Gonna be epic. I can't wait. And we move on with that. Alright, so after that, we go to the ring. We have Scarlett Bordeaux, dressed as like an evil little Bo Peep. Then we have Shotzi Blackheart, dressed as a female Pinhead from Hellraiser. You ever seen that on Netflix? That's, holy shit. Time to play. Anyway, so there are hosts this week, or this year, for Halloween Havoc, and they then welcome us to our first match of the night, Devil's Playground match. Basically a weapons wild match, falls count anywhere. We had the beautiful Roxanne Perez, dressed up as Freddy Krueger. Nice. She takes on Kiana James, who dresses herself. So, this was a pretty damn brutal match. They go to the floor, they beat the crap out of each other. Perez hits Kiana in the ribs with a swing set. Ow. Gets suplexed on the floor. Ow. Then a shot with the laptop. Puts Roxy down again. We go to break. Kiana had a big freaking knot on her head. Ow. So we come back from break. Roxy chokes Kiana with a chain. And then we see Kiana, with this big, humongous forehead destroyer on her head. Roxy fights back, sends Kiana into a trash can, setting up a dive. Then she breaks over a piece of the fence that was in the aisleways. She starts smacking her with it and hitting her in the back. Ow. Then she sets up a Russian leg sweep on the slide. Ow. Kitty slide, by the way. They get back up. Roxy goes for a hurricane off the barricade, but Kiana countered into a power bomb, sending Roxanne into a trash can for a near fall. and then Kiana hits her in the back with a seesaw. Should have been well, it is a playground, you know. Anyway, they fight onto the barricade, and Roxy tries for a Russian leg sweep off the barricade, I think onto the floor or into this little pit of, I don't know what was in that swimming pool pit. But, she gets knocked down, but she manages to grab Kiana's bag, and then she hits her right in the face with it. And we all know that Kiana holds a brick in that bag, so she opens it up, and then, like, bits and pieces of the brick come out. Like, damn, she broke that brick on her face. Then she hits Pop Rocks. 1, 2, 3. Roxanne Perez, Roxy, whatever you want to call her. She gets the win in just under 10 minutes. Match was pretty damn brutal, and I give it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's, pretty much it for that. Let me just, oops, I hit the wrong button. Ooh, Venom. Let There Be Carnage is on. Is that the... Oh, that's the second Venom. Parker! Spider-Wuss! Ooh, Spider-Wuss! Yeah. That's a good movie, by the way. Venom 1 is not that great, but Venom 2, it's okay. Not great, too. Not great, but still. At least it shows Carnage in a good way, unlike the original Spider-Man 3. That was bad. The original Spider-Man 3 sucks so bad. But I digress. Anyway, so 3 out of 5 stars for Roxy beating Kiana James in the Devil's Playground match. And we move on. And that's it. Alright, then we go to Vic Joseph with a sit-down interview earlier in the week or in the day or something like that with Carmelo Hayes. And when Melo shoots, well, he only missed one time, but he still, when he does shoot, he don't miss. So they sit down and really they address the elephant in the room being, did you attack Trick Williams last week, you know, before, you know, your match with Ilya, get your title shot against Ilya Dragunov? So Melo's like, it's not about the title, it's about being him, which means being the best. So he's asked again about, you know, if he would be number 1 contender if Williams was in the Fatal 4-Way match. Basically, Melo says, I would be before I would be. Then he starts, I was like, we're still talking about Trick? I'm out of here. And he's like, then he says, this one is for justice for Trick. So, did he do it? Didn't he do it? Who knows? I still think we're getting a Shawn Michaels Hunter Triple H feud from the summer of 2002, which led to that hellacious freaking 3 stages of hell match, which was barbaric. Barbaric. But we'll see what happens with that as we move on. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the back where you have Scarlett and Shotzi this time. I don't even know what they're dressed up as. They're playing with their tarot cards and basically giving Metaphor a tarot card reading. And Scarlett says they will be starting a great journey, but their joy will be turned into intense grief. Uh-oh. So they're not happy when we see Noam Dar, the Heritage Cup champion, Aura Menza, and the lovely ladies, Lash Legend, get shit done, and the beautiful Jakarta Jackson, respectfully. They're not happy, but they're panicking, like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Nothing! That's from a movie, by the way. If you know what that movie is, I'll give you brownie points. What are we gonna do, Al? What are we gonna do? What's all this weed stuff? You just want the rabbit. I gave you a clue now. What are we gonna do, Eddie? What are we gonna do? Nothing. They just want you. Anyway. Alright, so as they panic, Akino Tozawa steals the Heritage Cup. What's with everybody stealing things now? What the fuck? I know possession is 3/4 of the law, or 3/10 of the law, or something like that. I mean, come on. But it is what it is. I guess Tozawa wants his ass kicked next week. by Mr. Norm Dar. And that's pretty much it. And that's it. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the NXT debut of Brian Pillman Jr., now known as Lexus King, comes out on a throne. I thought that was pretty damn nice. Presentation was great. Looking like the loose cannon version of Brian Pillman Sr. I love it. Comes out with his little stick, like his dad, you know. But anyway, he takes on the resident jobber, Dante Chen, who got in some offense. I don't know why this match lasted 4 fucking minutes. But anyway, Chen did some offense, but in the end, Chen, wait a second. Running for him to the back of the head puts Chen down, but a basic chin lock doesn't really last that long as Dante fights his way up with an atomic drop and a pump kick, but he spends too much time posing, like, hey, look at me, I'm posing. Vogue, you know. And then, Brian Pillman Jr. nails a super kick. Then he hits a hangman's swinging neck breaker. Inventive. 1, 2, 3, he gets his first win in NXT. I thought it was a pretty decent match. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. You know, don't know he's going to use that move a lot, but still, I mean, it's a pretty impressive move. You know, I just felt like his presentation was great. Kind of made him feel like the loose cannon, in a way. You know, we'll have to see what happens. So, as Roman would say, I'm interested. So, I'm very interested to see where WWE and Shawn Michaels and company take Lexus King. And I hope it goes to the moon. But we'll see what happens with that. So, 3 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we go to the back. We have Chase U warming up. We have Mr. Chase and Duke Hudson there. They're warming up. We have the lovely ladies Thea Hale and Casey Jane cheering them on. Like, you can do it, Mr. Chase! You can do it! Okay. And then we have the tag team champions, my cousin. Hey! Paisan! My cousin! Get in here, my cousin! How you doing, my cousin? Hey! He's legit my cousin. I'm not lying about that. That is no cap. Tony D'Angelo is legit my cousin. I'm not kidding. Why do you think he lives in Orlando? But anyway, Tony D and Stax. They come in, say they couldn't ask for better opponents, and then they kind of wish them luck, and then Duke Hudson's not sure what to make of that. Then Mr. Chase says, don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. We'll see what happens with that. I was hoping, Tony D and Stax would win, then they can go out and get some, go out to a nice Italian restaurant and get some calamari for $2. Make me hungry. But I digress. Alright, so I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the semifinals of the Women's Breakout Tournament. So we have the first match in the semis. Kaylani Jordan taking on Santino Marella's lovely daughter, Ariana Grace. Miss NXT. A pretty decent match. Went about 7.5 minutes. Near the end, Ariana sends Kaylani throat first onto the top rope. Ow. But then gets knocked off the top rope as he's trying for a move. And then Kaylani hits a split-leg moonsault. Somebody's been watching Naomi tapes. Or maybe RVD. I don't know. But she finishes off Ariana with the split-leg moonsault. 1, 2, 3. So she gets the win and goes to the finals, where she will face either Lola Vice or Carmen Petrovic. So, we'll see what happens with that. And I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we go to the sad segment of the night. Go back to the physical therapy building. We see Von Wagner still in intense physical therapy, starting to walk a little bit. And Robbie E, he comes in, asks the doctor how he's doing. He says, he's progressing, but not so much. So Robbie says, I know I went too far by challenging Braun Breaker to a match. But I'm just hoping I can get in one good shot for you, my friend. So Vaughn's like, What did you just say? Did you just say you're my friend? Yeah, of course I am. So, Vaughn's like, I believe you. Go get him, Robbie! So we'll see what happens with that. Robbie E is going to die next week. He's going to die, and he's going to be in physical therapy with them next week. Guaranteed. I don't even know why Braun Breaker's still on NXT. Should be on the main roster by now. He was for like a brief period, like 2 weeks with the NXT title, and then dropped it to Dolph Ziggler. Okay, and then he went back down. Well, he lost it, then he won it on Raw, then he went back down again. Makes no sense. It's like, alrighty then. But anyway, we move on with that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Von Wagner and his intense physical therapy. Hope he comes back pretty damn soon. But I think he comes back by deadline. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. So 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we see Scarlett and Shotzi. I think Scarlett was dressed up as a vampire. Shotzi now dressed as Edward Scissorhands. They plugged their YouTube show. And then the Creed brothers come out with Ivy Nile. And they basically want a match next week with the Mexican Wolves, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. And they're like, nah, we don't want just any match, a regular match with these guys. It's like, we want to spin the wheel and make the deal. So Shotzi's like, okay. So why don't you do it, Ivy? So Ivy spins the wheel and it goes and goes and goes. It was going like for like 5 minutes. I'm like, slow down! So it finally slows down. And next week we got a TLS match, which means tables, ladders, and scares. Oh my. So basically a hardcore match with tables, ladders, and whatever else. So we get that. So they're all happy about that. And then Tony D and Stax come out for their title defense and get into a little bit of a stare down with the Creed brothers. We'll see what happens with that. So I give all that 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, speaking of Tony D and Stax, they're ready to face Chase U for the tag team belts. Alright, JC Jane and Thea Hale, the resident cheerleaders at ringside. Well, it was an 11-minute match. Pretty good match. Lots of near falls galore. Getting to the end, Stax cuts Duke Hudson off, tags himself back in. I think he's tagged. He was in the Tony D was in, and I don't know. But anyway, they set up a powerplex, which is a top rope headbutt rather than a splash. But Duke Hudson German suplexes Tony D into the cover, ow, for the save. They go for the bada bing, bada boom. It gets broken up. You know why? Because you needed the bada bang. That's what you needed. You needed a Gilmore cutter in that. Just saying. Just saying, my cousin, you needed the Gilmore cutter. The bada bang, you know? Come on. Come on. Do I have to do everything for my cousin? Damn. Anyway. Then Mr. Chase gets 2 off a sunset flip. JC Jane tries to give Mr. Chase a crowbar, but he's like, no, we're not gonna cheat. No. But instead, JC gets knocked off the apron, and that distraction let Mr. Chase get the roll-up pin with the little bit of tights. 1, 2, 3, we have new tag team champions in Chase U for the first time. I was not happy with that. I was thinking that Tony D and Stax should be on the main roster, but I was hoping they would retain, then lose it at deadline. But, well, Chase U now gets the win, and we'll see how long they hold the belts. Probably won't be for long, so we'll probably get a hot potato with the tag team belts. But in any case, match was pretty damn good. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it, so congratulations to Chase U! And that's it. We'll see what happens with them as we move forward. Alright, then we go to Ben Frazier, Nathan Frazier, with his hit talk show. Recaps his issue with Dominic Guerrero, the North American champion, saying Dom has one of those slappable faces. Really? He said that about me, but you know what happens? I smack them in the face. But anyway, things didn't go well for him last year at Halloween Havoc. I forgot what happened last year. But anyway, now I'm back. Now he's back and ready to do better. And he basically challenges Dom Dom for the North American title, and he says he's going to win it. Assuming Rhea Ripley lets Dominic come back to NXT. Well, we'll have to see. But it is official. As when they went off the air, they did the rundown, and the match is official for the North American title. So, Mommy must have let him out, I guess. I don't know. And we move on with that. Alright. Just give me 1 second here. I gotta pull up my notes again. About ready to start Dynamite. About a minute to go. Minute and a half. And we'll move on with that. Alright, so after that, we hear from some fans about who's going to win between Becky Lynch, and Lyra Valkyria, the lassie from Ireland, in the Battle of Ireland for the NXT title match coming up at the end of the show. We got that. Then we go to the back, where we have Baron Snorbin Corbin in the back. He's tired of doing all the work and having someone else get the glory. Well, it sucks to be you. And then he's asked if he attacked Trick Williams. He says no, and suggests people like Axiom or Wesley did it. Wesley? Why would Axiom... First of all, why would Axiom do it? That makes no sense. And then Wesley, didn't he quit? I don't know. So, the whodunit, who beat up Trick Williams, continues. Alright, Dynamite has just started. We got Renee Paquette in a lovely white dress talking from, the back, looking great. We're live from that shithole in Philadelphia, and, Max is in the back. He has his phone on. I guess he's talking to Adam Cole, baby! So, So he's talking to Adam Cole on the phone. He's glad that he got out of Roddy's house, but Roddy and the Kingdom come out. That's strong. Stupid freaking Matt James still has a goddamn giraffe. Roddy's still, with the thing. Mike Bennett has a nice shirt on. Punch him in the wiener, punch him, and then hit him with the power driver. I gotta get that shirt on AEWshop.com. Now Roddy's sucking up to MJF. MJF just basically pushes him out the way. And then he's like now he's just starting to get really mad. He's talking about Juice Robinson. I think he said he was going to send Roddy a message in blood or something like that. I don't know. But I'm surprised he didn't, we're going to go, Adam! Alright, so Maxwell said that he's going to win keep the belt. Excuse me, my allergies. And then we see the devil. We just saw the devil appear, and he's like, and then it cuts. The feed cuts, and then now we go into an opening segment with the fire and a pyro going off. We are live from the licorice. Some little rinky-dink shithole in Philadelphia. And we got the Dapper Don himself, Justin Roberts, and Bryce Rensburg in the ring. So, our first match is going to be for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Obviously, what I said before. So, we got Juice Robinson taking on MJF. So, the Bang Bang Gang are going to make their way to the ring. So, we'll see what happens with this match. I have a good feeling that Juice Robinson will steal and win the Dynamite Diamond Ring, and Maxwell will not five-peat this year. And we'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. Alright, let's go back to NXT real quick. Let's finish this shindig before we go to AEW, and then we'll watch, and then we'll have our sensible dinner, and then maybe take a quick nap, and then we'll come back later right on this channel with your AEW Dynamite review to finish off the night. And that's it. Alright, so we move on. Alright, so we had Baron Corbin basically saying I didn't attack Trick Williams, and he thinks it's Axiom or Wesley. So still, we're still kind of looking for who attacked Trick. So we got all that, and that's it. Alright, so I get that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to a lights out match, which is basically falls count anywhere, but the lights are out. Feels like a Mountain Dew blackout match. Remember that? The last time we actually saw Bray Wyatt in the ring. God rest his mighty soul. And Uncle Howdy. So, we have the lovely Gigi Dolan taking on Blair Davenport. This was kind of not as brutal as the Devil's Playground match with Roxy and Kiana James, but still brutal in some ways. Get to the end. They fight on the outside. Davenport sets up a table at ringside, but the delay allows Gigi to hit a trash can in her face. Ow. Then some running dropkicks have Blair in trouble, but she sends Gigi into the ring steps. Ow. Then they get on the announcer's table. Did I hit Vic Joseph? Damn. And then a Falcon Arrow by Blair Davenport sends Gigi through the regular table, and it broke. Yes, we didn't get I am the table or anything like that. Blair throws her back in, and then she hits like a Kogayame, you know, the Ibushi kick, almost like a BTE trigger. Almost BTE was on Friday. It wasn't BTE this week. It was just like Friday was kind of BTE. And then this Monday, they had something with Ryan Nemeth and Dolph Ziggler. And then they had another one with Colt Cabana. So, I guess we're not going to get a official, maybe next week, Mr. Brandon Cutler. We're going to get a new episode of BTE. We're not going to get these, like, little 5-minute shows with, nobody's like, well, I should say nobody's like Colt Cabana, but, I mean, we're going to get, a little video of Ryan Nemeth going out with, hanging out in LA with his brother Dolph. I mean, come on. Who wants to see that? But in any case, Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker is beating the shit out of Juice Robinson right now. Knocked him over the barricade into the crowd. Doesn't pay to sit in the front row once in a while. You never know who can come in your lap. I know from experience from that, Michael Elgin. I almost had Michael Elgin in me and Rose's lap back at Final Battle 2012. I still have the DVD. I can show you it one day, maybe, but I don't want to get copyrighted from Ring of Honor, so just go. You could try to find it on the internet, but good luck. But if you do, when Michael Elgin tries to throw Roddy into the guardrail, and then Roddy reverses it, and Michael Elgin just basically plop, and then you see me and Rosa, I'm like protecting Rosa and everything, and protecting myself. Like if it wasn't for the barricade, and thankfully it didn't break, we would have had a Michael Elgin sandwich in our lap, basically. And he still owes me a Coke. I should have had the Coke before the fucking thing. I just wanted to drink it during the show so I could stay hydrated. But it is what it is. I mean, what the good thing was, the freaking, God bless Kerry Silken and everything I told him about. I was like, hey, Michael Elgin dropped my Coke. Can I get another one? He says, I'll pay for the next one. He's like, he gets me a Jack and Coke. I loved it. I was like, good man. Now get me a job. He laughed at my joke. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, so we got that. Ooh, Juice Robinson's busted wide open. Woo! Blood, motherfuckers! Blood! You gotta love it. Anyway, alright, let's finish this shindig off. Alright, so, Blair hits the Kogayame BTE trigger in the face. 1, 2, 3. She pins Gigi Dolan in 12.5 minutes. So she wins this lights out match. And that's pretty much it. So I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. So we get that. And we move on with that. Alright, now we get to part 2 of Vic Joseph's interview with Mello and Ilya Dragunov. So now he's talking to Dragunov about how much trouble he had growing up, but now it's all worth it because he's the champ. Talks about his son holding the NXT title, and it was a special moment for him to see him looking at his dad. And as for Carmelo, Dragunov says, "I'm ready to fight as the champion instead of the challenger." And he tells Mello, I have to adjust to Mello because the title represents 30 years of sacrifice. So there you go. So this is going to be a brutal match. I would not be surprised if it spin the wheel, make the deal. Because this is probably the last match. The third match of theirs in their series. Now, Jay White just came out with the belt. But anyway, Mello and Ilya have to have some type of send-off match. Whether it be in a cage, whether it be buried alive, coffin match, whatever that wheel has. Well, it's going to be brutal next week, so we'll have to see what happens with that. So, Ilya's little promo, I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Speaking of Mello, we see Mello watching the interview from somewhere in the back, and then Scarlett and Shotzi as twins, scary evil twins. But anyway, they say, all signs point to you attacking Trick Williams. And Mello's like, I don't have to take this. I'm going home. And then he leaves. So I think somebody knows something. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright. Then we go to, I guess, a Halloween party. So we see Sarah, was it Sarah? Yeah, Sarah Schreiber. I haven't seen you in a while. She's talking with Daddy's favorite girl, Tiffany Stratton. Daddy! Daddy, look at me! You look great, Sunshine. You always look great. Yeah, but this bitch at this Halloween party dressed as me. Made me unhappy. Well, yeah, she even said toodles. Well, that's not nice, Sunshine. So mad, Daddy. Alright, calm down. Here's my credit card. Bye. Anyway. So Tiffany says, I don't care who wins the breakout tournament, but then we see a imposter Tiffany Stratton, which is Fallon, don't call me Dawn Henley, comes in, played off to a T, basically. Same outfit, same blonde hair. And then it's like, toodles. And then basically Tiffany knocks the fake Tiffany out. And they start fighting. We got a cat fight! So, they're going to have a match next week on the program. So, we'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. So, I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we get to the semi-final match in the Women's Breakout Tournament. We have Carmen Petrovic taking on the lovely Puerto Rican... Ooh. She is hot. Lola Vice. Pretty quick match. 3.5 minute match. Did I say 3.5 minutes? Yes, I did. Carmen got a little great, some good offense in. I like the spin kicks and all. Like, really beat the crap out of Lola for a while. But Lola gets knocked to the floor. And then we got a nice little dive by Carmen. But as we go in, Lola comes back with that sick spin kick to the back of the head. Ugh. She goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Lola Vice gets the win. We had the lovely Elektra Lopez at ringside, also looking caliente. Mucho more. But I digress. So in any case, Lola Vice gets the win. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. So the finals next week on the program. I think it said itself. I was hoping for Jakarta Jackson to be in the finals against Lola Vice, but I'll take Kehlani Jordan and Lola Vice in the finals. And like I said from the beginning, I think Lola Vice is going to win the breakout tournament, get that contract for a women's championship match, probably at deadline or maybe before then, but we'll see what happens with that. But Lola Vice hopefully will win next week. And then Kehlani Jordan comes out for the stare down, and there you go. Let me move on. And that's it. Alright, after that, we go to the back. We have Chase U. In the back, they're all happy with their win, but Duke Hudson's not sure about the title, making his carry-on bag weigh a little bit too much. Well, we got about 10 pounds of gold there. Anyway, Thea Hale's all excited. Yeah, where were you 2 weeks ago when you were like, fuck this, I'm out of Chase U? You go out with JC Jane, you go to a clothing store, you know, get some nice slutty gear. And now, 2 weeks later, you'll get back in Chase U. Yay! So I'm like, what was all that about? She hated Mr. Chase for throwing in the towel at the Great American Bash. And then she kind of, you know, cuts class 2 weeks in a row. Then she comes back, and then she goes out with Casey Jane, goes out to get slutty clothes, and now she's winning a couple matches here and there. And now she's back in Chase U. The storyline does not make sense to me. But it is what it is. Maxwell is just beating the crap out of Juice Robinson now. He has a little bit of blood himself. And now the Ass Boys get involved. Oh well. Juice hits a jumping kick and a near fall. Juice is still busted wide open. Alright, so, Thea's all excited, but then we see Chelsea Green and Dewdrop Piper, who's, dressed as a wolf on a chain. They interrupt, and then Thea and JC don't really care what they say, so Chelsea is planning a formal complaint, right, to Shawn Michaels, I guess. So JC and Thea said, that's fine, we're gonna go to Shawn Michaels' office and ask for a women's tag team title shot, which they do get next week on the program. And in the back, which we didn't see, I mean, I did see somebody in the back, I didn't see who it was, but we find out that Dante Chen and Boa were talking about what? I don't know. Boa's still around if you thought he was gone. I thought he was released when they broke up Tianxia. Xia Li, stays in NXT, then she went up to the main roster to suck. Mei Ying became Wendy Choo Choo, but we all know her as Karen Q. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think Wendy Choo Choo is coming back, but hopefully she gets rid of that stupid gimmick and goes back to either Karen Q or goes back to Mei Ying, and then maybe Xia Li comes back to NXT, and they reform Tianxia and make it good this time. Make it good. At least make Boa a freaking monster. I mean, Boa is just basically on NXT level up to suck when nobody watches him. And that's it. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe Dante Chen joins them. Maybe have a 4-person stable this time. Well, something to think about. But we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we see Metaphor looking for the Heritage Cup. And then Noam Dar pulls out his phone. And we see a video, a picture of Akira taking the belt. And then we see a house. I think it might be a haunted house. I don't know. But, basically, Tozawa says, if they want the cup back, come and get it. And you see that house, like a haunted house match, maybe. I don't know. So we got a title match next week on the program for the Heritage Cup. So go figure that one out. Let me move on. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Juice kicks the middle rope, right into Maxwell's tiny balls. Then he hits like a DDT for a... Oh, almost won the match. Almost won. Jay White on commentary now. See what happens with that. Let me move on. Alright, then we see Carmelo Hayes in the back. You know, just there. Then Braun Breaker comes in and accuses him of taking out Trick. And Braun says, if this is the same Melo that shows up next week, you're going to get your title back. So, didn't know what that was all about. But we'll see what happens with that. Maxwell just hit Juice in the face with the Dynamite Diamond Ring as the Ass Boys were trying to tell Bryce that he hit him with it. Now Max is setting up for the Heat Seeker Power Driver, and he hits it. He laid him out. Come on, Bryce. 1, 2, and 3. Wow! For the 5th year in a row, 5 years in a row, Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker has retained the Dynamite Diamond Ring. And now, basically, now he's getting his ass handed to him by the Ass Boys. I wouldn't be surprised if Jay White comes in from this. Juice is like, legit looks like he's knocked out. And now Roddy is being driven down, with his wheelchair by the rest of the Kingdom. And now Matt Taven and Mike Bennett are going after the Ass Boys. But the Gun Club basically take them out pretty easily. And Roddy's just sitting there. Can't do anything. Now Jay White comes in. Now they're going to really do a number on him. I smell the lights going out. I just do. They're going to try to hit him with the belt. The lights go out. And then the devil shows up. Wait. What's happening? Oh, the Acclaim come out. Alright, so the Acclaim come out to save Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker. So, that 8-man tag team match that was proposed by the Bullet Club still might happen on Rampage or Collision this week. And we'll see what happens with that. So, Jay White has the mic, so he might say something after this. Yeah, now he's talking. Talking about the Acclaimed and everything. Alright, so I'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so then we get a rundown of next week's program. We got the main event of Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo for the NXT World Title. We got the Creeds against the Mexican Wolves in a Tables, Ladders, and Scares match. We got the finals of the Breakout Tournament, Kaylani Jordan and Lola Vice, and much more next week on the official Halloween episode of Halloween Havoc 2023 and NXT. So we get all that. Alright, then we go to the main event for the NXT Women's title. We have the man, Becky Lynch, taking on the lassie from Ireland, Lyla Valkyria. But before the match happens, we have the lovely Jade fucking Cargill come out, sits on her throne. The fans are going nuts. She takes her little jacket off. She's like, "Grr!" Just to watch on. But, so we get to this match. Match started off slow, then it kind of picked up near the end. 16-minute match, so there was a 15-minute overrun for this. I think it ended right around 10:15. Alright, so now, not only does MJF have to defend the world title against Jay White, but now the Ass Boys are asking for a Ring of Honor tag team title match. Let's see what Maxwell says. I think he's going to say yes. He has to defend the belts by himself because Adam Cole got surgery and he's not coming back for at least a couple months. So, I think he accepted. Or was about to accept. So, alright, so Maxwell, Maxwell's gonna do double duty like he did at, All Out 4. So, anyway, so he's gonna defend the belts 2-on-1 against the Ass Boys for the Ring of Honor titles. Then he says something about next week. So, I guess we're gonna get that 8-man tag team match next week. And he says, if I win, you give me back the Triple B. And I guess if he loses, on what happens, I don't know. Now, Roddy is trying to tell Max, he should pick him and the Kingdom. Roddy's like, Max! And Max is like, I'm right here, you idiot! Adam! So, see what happens. He calls him Mid-Mike, Mid-Matt, Mid-Mike. Simp Strong. He's still gonna put those guys on the wheelchair and roll them off a cliff. Come on. That's not nice. So now Max has like, oh, you're gonna pick us, right? 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 And everyone's like, yay! So we'll see what Maxwell says. That's who. So Max is talking to Max Caster, since he's known for like 18 years. Since he was 18 years old in Creator Pro. Basically saying, I want to tag with you if there was a fire. He's like, I would never tag with you. He's like, I don't give a crap what the fans think. And then Max like, so you're saying there's a chance? The good old Cable Guy line. So you're saying there's a chance? Actually, I think that's Dumb and Dumber, not Cable Guy. But anyway. So Max Caster is trying to, Max Caster is trying to, show the love and everything, try to get Max to scissor, not in that way, but you know what I mean. So see if Max will scissor Max Caster. Let's just say it. It just sounds so wrong. Anyway, is he gonna do it? So he's about to do it, and he goes, nope. So it's basically like, not a chance, so. Oh. Now we get that. Now, what is this? Kenny! By God, Omega's here! Well, we do have a few days away from Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker becoming the longest reigning AEW champion in history, beating Kenny's 1-year reign. Kenny had it for 346 days, and Max is very close to beating it. Less than a week away, actually. So I think we're about 8 to 10 days, somewhere around there. So I think we're going to get maybe next week, or maybe on Collision, we're going to get Kenny versus Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That would be epic on Collision. See what... I can't put it on, obviously, because I'm going to get copyrighted from Tony Khan, so... So, anyway, alright, let me finish this up, then I'll finish off with that. Alright, so, it was a pretty good match. Started very slow. Jay was watching on. We're getting near the end, and Becky catches Lyra on top with a big-time DDT for a near fall. And then, with nothing else working, Becky hammers away on the mat, but Lyra catches her on top. Excuse me. She goes up top. A spinning kick to the face gives Lyra a near fall. Fans are like, yeah, this is great. Then a quick manhandle slam, and looked like Becky was about to retain the title, but Lyra kicked out at 2! And Becky can't believe it, so she goes up for it again, and Lyra reversed it into a roll-up. 1, 2, 3, we have a new NXT Women's Champion in the lassie from Ireland, Lyra Valkyria. So, 16-minute match, new champ, kind of surprised, not really surprised. I was thinking, yeah, they might make Becky lose. I was hoping Becky would retain and then maybe face somebody like maybe Jade Cargill at Deadline, but I don't know what they're going to be doing with Jade right now, so we'll have to see what happens with that. So Kenny and MJF shake hands. So I think Collision is in Connecticut this Saturday night. So for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, we got Kenny by God Omega at 346, and it's going to be tied with Mr. MJF at 346 as of Saturday. Or maybe it's next Saturday. I don't know. But anyway, we got Kenny Omega and Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker. And then Kenny's like, I beat you, adieu. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang! And he says, oh, Max, thanks for the announcement. And it says, see you Saturday, bitch. So, if Max wins on Saturday, he will become the he will become the new longest reigning AEW champion in their 5-year history. So there you go. So he'll be at, I believe he'll be at 346. So by next Wednesday, November the 1st, he'll be at 351, I believe. So just about a year's holding that belt. So we'll see what happens with all that. So that was a long half-hour segment. We got so much more to go tonight. But pretty damn good. The match between MJF and Juice was good. Wasn't that bad. And then the beat down, and then, Roddy comes out with the Kingdom to try to help. They get beat down. And then the Acclaim come out for the real save. Then they ask, Max if you want to team up with us next Wednesday night on the program against the Bullet Club. Max like, no. And then the Ass Boys get a Ring of Honor title shot at Full Gear, so Max is doing double duty again. I would not be surprised if the Ring of Honor title is the first match of the night, because Full Gear is going to last like 4 hours. But we'll see what happens with all that. So, good first 30 minutes of the show, and we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so let's go back to NXT. Let's finish this shindig up one more time. So, Lyra Valkyria, the new NXT Women's Champion. Match was okay, gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, we see Jade watching from the balcony, looking on. Seems impressive. And then we see Lyra and Becky shake hands, they hug, and Becky gives her the belt. She holds it up for the crowd, and that ends the show. So that's pretty much it for that. So, Halloween Havoc Night 1 felt like a pay-per-view. 8 matches, I believe. Some good segments here and there. I think next week will be even better. And we also got New Year's Day performing Vampire next week, so, you can't beat that. So it's going to be a good Halloween episode for NXT. I'm going to have to watch it on the replay, on my DVR when I come back, so I'm going to a Halloween concert that night, so I will not be around at all for Halloween. Sucks to be you, huh? But I digress. But in any case, NXT last night was pretty decent, and I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think of the show down below in the comments section. And that's all I gotta say about that. So I will be back later for my AEW Dynamite review. We got a pretty good opening segment, and we'll see what else happens on the show as we move on. Alright, now we're getting a Wardlow video, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you again next time. Peace!